Welcome to Rugby Park, Kilmarnock for the culmination of the junior football season, the OVD Scottish Junior Cup final between Hurlford and Lesmahagow. Good afternoon to you. Well, joining me here this afternoon to analyse the match is Gordon McQueen. And Gordon, we've got a great afternoon in prospect, I think. Super atmosphere.
Yeah, terrific weather and all the various colours. Both teams, of course, playing red and white, and there's been a terrific build-up to the Junior Cup final. Both places will be deserted today, that's for sure, and if they're not, they can watch the game live on the television. The towns will have been painted red and white, the pubs will have been doing a round trade, there'll be mothers and daughters here, and people that generally don't come to matches. So it makes for a great atmosphere this afternoon.
And it must take you back, because you were a junior one time with Largs Thistle.
Yeah, I had a happy spell at Largs Thistle before I went to St Mirren, and of course I'm very interested in the junior football. My brother's a coach at Dalry Thistle. My father played in the 52 Cup final, Kilburn Lakeside and Camelon. Alan Hansen's dad was at centre half for Camelon that day, and Kilburn came out on top that day.
Great, it takes you back, I love it. Well, now joining our match commentator Jock Brown this afternoon is a player who certainly knows Rugby Park well enough, and he is Tommy Burns.
Tommy, by my reckoning, you had one season junior. You remember your Junior Cup experiences?
Yeah, it was a very enjoyable experience, Jock, and I can remember playing in this competition, the Scottish Cup, and we went to Pumferson through in the east, and they beat us 1-0. And I always felt if we get through that game, we could have had a right good run. You know, we're really buzzing that year. We won a couple of leagues, and one league and a couple of cups, but that was a big one. And I always look back at that with regret because we had a good side, and I thought we could have went further in that.
So how do you think these fellas will be feeling in the dressing room right now?
Well, I think the important thing is that, you know, they're always going to have cramp in their stomach and they'll be excited and everything like that. But I'm sure the experienced players like Sam Miller and Alec McBaker, Pollock, they'll be through all this before, and they'll be looking forward to getting out there and calming the rest of them down a bit.
How about the impact of playing here on this magnificent surface at Rugby Park compared to the most junior grounds?
Yeah, well, Gus Haws has warned me to give him a mention because he's the man in charge of the park. It's probably one of the finest parts I've ever played on, Jock, and it's a pleasure to play football on that.
One of the problems in past Junior Cup finals has been that teams have run out of stamina a wee bit later on. Why do you think that should be when they play so much football?
I think that's just exactly it, Jock, the fact that they play so much football, and I believe that Hurlford have got about another 18 games to play after today, and that's minimum. They could possibly play another 23, 25 games. So really they'll be wanting to get the game over and done with quickly today. And as I'm saying, I think the most important thing is the team that scores first and settles quickest will be the team that will go on and win it.
Well, we'll get right up there and get ready to watch the game for real. Looking forward to that very much indeed.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jock. Well, to reach the final today, Hurlford fought through 3 replays, 1 against Forfar and 2 against Arthurlie in the quarter-finals. Lesmahagow also had to come through a second replay against Fauldhouse in the quarter-finals. And that, of course, led to the semis. And here now is the pick of the action.
A crowd of over 7,000 watched Hurlford and Linlithgow in their semi-final. And it took less than a minute for Hurlford to go ahead after Burt handled the ball inside the penalty box. And Mitchell kept his head to make it 1-0. Stuart Purvis thought he'd scored the equaliser in 16 minutes, but it was disallowed for a foul on the goalkeeper. In the second half, there was another setback for Linlithgow when Derek Steele was carried off. And their misery was completed 2 minutes into injury time when Bruce Dees was brought down to give Hurlford a second penalty. Mitchell scored his second spot kick of the night to put Hurlford into the final. The other semi was a real cliffhanger between Lesmahagow and Whitburn. Lesmahagow took the lead after 30 minutes when Chris Wilson headed in a Henderson corner. It stayed that way until half-time, but the floodgates really opened in the second half. Henderson brought down and Sandy Robertson put Lesmahagow 2 up from the spot. But Whitburn hit back when Ward's cross was headed home by Rogers. Tom Ward then got himself on the score sheet to equalise, and he forced the match into extra time. Lesmahagow refused to be denied though, and although they were forced to finish the game with 10 men due to injury, Owen Waters scored the vital goal that took Lesmahagow into the final.
And there we are. Well, there's just, over 5 minutes left to kick off, so let's find out the last minute thoughts of the two managers. And Jim Delahunt is with Billy Whitfield and Jock Finlayson.
Billy Whitfield, first of all, the manager of Lesmahagow. It's a great day for the town. The players have been out in the park. How have they reacted to the crowd?
Oh, they're reacting tremendously. They're all geared up. They're psyched up. Say what you like. They're raring to go. Big occasion.
You did have one or two injury problems, Billy.
Yes.
How have they sorted themselves out?
They've cleared up, and we're putting out what we think is our strongest goal.
So what's your feeling as you go into the match? Nervous?
Oh, I wish I was playing. I don't think I'd be half as nervous as I'm now. Definitely.
The best of luck, Billy.
Right, thank you.
Jock Finlayson, you've come a long way from Hurlford this afternoon. How are the players?
Oh, we're in good spirits, Jim. You know, we've come a long way to Kilmarnock. I hope to go back with a couple, obviously. We're expecting a good game today. Doing fashionable sides, and I'm glad that both teams are here.
Any special preparations for the match at all?
No, really not. Just a normal. Just get through in the bus as quickly as possible and get the players out in the park, you know.
So who's going to be the Hurlford match winner then?
Anyone from 11.
Thanks very much indeed. Well done.
Cheers.
Nice, okay. Well, more from Gordon and myself at half-time, but let's now join our commentary team, Tommy Burns, and of course match commentator Jock Brown.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, it's a marvellous setting here this afternoon, as always at Rugby Park, Kilmarnock. The playing surface is absolutely excellent. And of course, you're going to have some difficulties with these supporters because both sets of fans are wearing red and white. It's been a change of strip for Lesmahagow this afternoon. They'll be playing in white with Hurlford in their normal all red. So it's the final few minutes before the start of the match. The spectators certainly getting warmed up for the task. But experience, Tommy, experience will play a vital part, will it not, for Lesmahagow players particularly?
Yeah, I think so, very much so. That as I say, Sam Miller used to play with Clyde, and Alec McVeigh, who played with Pollock, and I believe won the Scottish Cup in the early 80s with Pollock. I think they'll be very, very influential in the Lesmahagow side. It's vital that they get in there and talk to the guys and calm them down, and but in saying that, they've got to go and enjoy the game as well. It's maybe a once in a lifetime experience, and they've got to go and enjoy it.
Now the crowd they have, of course, this afternoon is going to be very vociferous indeed. You can tell that already from just the build-up in the last half hour or so as the fans have been pouring into Rugby Park. It does look as though the crowd may be around the 8,000 to 10,000 mark at the kick-off, which of course will be set up by the match referee this afternoon, who is Mr. Willie Young. It's a big occasion, of course, for a referee too, because most of the referees who handle the Junior Cup final seem to go on to much greater things, Tommy.
Yeah, that's right, and I know Willie Young from stays in the south side of Glasgow. I've spoken to him a few times, and he'll be keyed up and looking forward to enjoying this game just as much as the players, Jock.
So still the last tense moments before the teams appear on the field, and this of course will just about be the worst time of all for the players in that dressing room, Tom.
Yeah, the thing about Scottish Cup finals or any big important games is, when you wake up in the morning before the game, you want the game the rest of the time to disappear. You just want to get to the game and get it started as quickly as possible. So this is probably, you're right, Jock, this is probably the worst time for the players.
And of course, looking at the programme, it looks as though they're going to have to face some presentations before the match. It's the handshakes with the dignitaries. I always had the impression, Tommy, looking at big matches, international matches, that the players seem to relish that not one little bit.
Yeah, just what I say, Joe, that's the time, everything becomes a nuisance at this time. The players are desperate. They've looked forward to the game all week, and they're just desperate to get out there and get running about.
Another thing that's interesting too from some of the players playing, we've got Alec McVeigh, who's got a winner's medal for Pollock in 1981, and then he tasted defeat along with Sam Miller in that Peters Hill team in 1985. Will that be playing in their minds?
I don't think so, Joe. I think every cup final is different. As I say, the Hurlford, amazingly, they were only into junior football in 1982, so they've had an amazing rise, and they'll just be looking forward to going out there and taking that cup back to Fife.
Well, the first indication the teams are about to appear. There's the referee, Willie Young, leading out the players and the two officials with him. And there's Billy Whitfield leading out the Lesmahagow side. So the moment these players have been waiting for so long has arrived. And it's the Lesmahagow team to take the field first. That tunnel, incidentally, is so narrow it would be impossible to bring out both teams together. So wait now for Hurlford, who will be led out by their captain, Russell Brevda. So a very loud welcome from the fans through from Fife. For the Hillowbeath players, they have the advantage perhaps of playing in their familiar red tops and white shorts. And let's get a quick look at the Hillowbeath lineup. And half a dozen of these players have had senior experience, 5 of them indeed with Cowdenbeath. So there's a lot of experience coming back from the ranks of the senior football, and these players will certainly be all set for an occasion like that. Lesmahagow, a very settled looking lineup. There's Owen Waters, number 11, the man who scored the goal which brought them here in the semi-final victory in extra time. But they have Sam Miller there at number 5, and they also have the experience, number 7, Alec McVeigh. So the introductions going on now, the last tense moments before the start of the match. And it's a very tense occasion for everyone involved out there, including the referee and the linesman. The 2 linesmen, incidentally, are John Stevenson from Renfrew and Alan Seaton from Kilmarnock. So the local man is Alan Seaton there. The presentations going on. James Ferguson, the president of the Scottish Junior FA. Arthur Nando, the Scottish sales manager of the sponsors OVD. The provost of Kilmarnock, James Mills, with a familiar chain. There's also Alec Hamilton, the president of the Central Region. Gordon Young, the vice president of the Fife Region, and Douglas Kane, the president of the Ayrshire Region. All of these dignitaries being introduced to the players. So you can expect the players to break for their final warm-up at any second. So the Lesmahagow players preferring to be in their track tops. Most of the Hillowbeath players all set to go.
One thing for sure, Joe, the supporters in red and white will go home happy today.
So the players break now to finalise their preparations, and we'll have just a few minutes now before the kick-off as the players finalise their warm-up. And there is Bobby Wilson, who will be playing in the middle of the field for Hillowbeath this afternoon. He's had experience with Cowdenbeath and Raid over, and he is very much a key player for them in the middle of the park. So there's Bruce Diaz, a youngster who was a first-team regular at East Fife and had some experience at Dundee United, so he'll be a well-coached young man, that's for sure. And for Lesmahagow, Alec McVeigh was a senior with Rangers and with Ayr United. He's been in 2 Junior Cup finals already, so a very experienced player, wearing number 7 for Lesmahagow. And up front, Chris Wilson will be a danger man for Lesmahagow. He's scored already a total of 13 goals as the principal striker for the Lesmahagow side.
Thank you.
So the presentations for the mascots and the 2 captains, both captains wearing number 2. And for Lesmahagow, it'll be Graham Hamilton on the left, and for Hillowbeath it is Russell Brebner. Graham Hamilton has spent 8 seasons playing for Lesmahagow since arriving from amateur football. So some fans from Fife with their banners ready to proclaim what they hope will be a Hillowbeath victory. So the teams stay as they are, and it looks as though it will be Hillowbeath who will start this final. You can hear the build-up of noise from both sets of supporters. You can take it 2 places in Scotland vacated virtually this afternoon, Lesmahagow and Hillowbeath. All the inhabitants appear to be inside Rugby Park for this OVD Scottish Junior Cup final. So Hillowbeath get the match underway, and these opening 10 minutes really will be very important indeed. The first team to settle could snatch a vital advantage. So Hillowbeath coming forward with Ritchie. Good overlapping play there by Jimmy Wright. He used to play for Leeds United early in his career, also had a spell at St Johnstone. So Lesmahagow win possession, a little bit of slackness there, giving possession back to Hillowbeath. Once again, the first touch not quite good enough from the Lesmahagow defence. Here's a chance on for Hillowbeath. And a very tough tackle, a kind of tackle which is normal for junior football. Waters was crowded out of that there by Ritchie. And another hefty tackle provided by Owen Waters in the middle of the field for Lesmahagow, but it's Hillowbeath who appeared to have settled just a shade quicker.
A good bit of composure early in the game for the boy Wilson there, Jock.
So the free kick sent high into the area, and it's a bit of a misunderstanding there in defence. It's nodded away eventually by Ross Anderson. Still Hillowbeath going for the throat in these early minutes. It's a low work clear there by Sinclair. Waters in the middle of the field is cut off by Duncan. And a moment for Lesmahagow to settle things down. It's back with goalkeeper Russell. He's played for the Central League Select, and a very confident young man behind that Lesmahagow defence. So Lesmahagow having their first opportunity now to get forward and test the Hillowbeath defence. Duncan Sinclair's throw. Here's McVeigh. Sinclair again. Back with Robertson. This is Sinclair. McVeigh in that wide position. And thumped away there very happily by Brian Kenny. And it's Hillowbeath on the break. This is Ritchie. Ahead of him he has Mercer, but the offside flag is up to halt that Hillowbeath move. But a very fast break by Hillowbeath. But already an indication that Alec McVeigh could cause problems for the Hillowbeath defence when he gets wide on the flanks against the Fife defence. Played forward there by Hamilton. Well, lusty clearance indeed there from Bruce Diaz. Nodded back calmly by Anderson. He spent 5 seasons with Nottingham Forest, so he should be composed this afternoon. Robertson comes forward. Well, the high ball was directed towards Tom Henderson, but he had no real chance against the towering figure of Kenny. Kenny again with a challenge on Sinclair. So a throw for Lesmahagow to exploit. Diaz with the header. And a timely interception there by Kenny. Free kick quickly taken by Hillowbeath. And the pass was overhit for Brian Ritchie.
Interesting today, Jock, to see how big Brian Kenny does for Hillowbeath. Seemingly there's a lot of interest from senior scouts. He started the game very well.
He hasn't had a chance senior so far. He's 25 years old, but he certainly has made a name for himself throughout this Junior Cup run. Hillowbeath again coming forward. Mercer with a layoff. And the forward ball hit too firmly there for the Hillowbeath attack, and Lesmahagow have the goal kick. Challenge there made in the middle of the field by Hamill for Hillowbeath, and now it's Mercer getting forward. Very calmly eased out of that by Sam Miller. And Lesmahagow were looking to him to hold the defence together. Kenny going up there against His opponent was Tom Henderson with a high ball, but in the middle of the field, Sinclair battling hard. Good play by Ritchie, and it was Waters again who conceded the free kick in the middle of the field. The hero of the semi-final for Lesmahagow, but he's certainly putting himself about in the middle of the field in the early stages. So the free kick for Hillowbeath will be taken by Bruce Diaz. Good header cleared by Waters. Helped on its way by Sinclair. Diaz in command here, reacting to a call from David Westwood in goal. He's had 20 shutouts this season, David Westwood, formerly with Cowdenbeath.
Both teams are going to play with 3 forwards, Jock, so that should look for a lot of excitement in the game.
As Lesmahagow have the throw on the far side. Lesmahagow opening up with McVeigh, Wilson and Henderson up front, and there'll be a hold up here for attention for the Hillowbeath midfield man Ross Hamill, who appeared to take a blow on the side of the head there when he was challenged by Owen Waters for a high ball in the middle of the field. So referee Willie Young showing due respect for any head knock, allowing treatment for the Hillowbeath man. A crowded dugout there. Hillowbeath dugout, some anxious looks there to see if Ross Hamill has recovered.
A nice little break there, Jock. The players can get a chance to look round and take a few deep breaths.
Henderson's layoff goes wrong. Played forward by Wright. That's good play by Ritchie. Breaking in the middle of the Hillowbeath is Duncan, and a fine save by Russell. Robert Duncan coming through here. The Lesmahagow defence opened up by one cross-field pass, allowing Duncan to break. Coming in here on goalkeeper Russell, who angled himself well to take that comfortably.
Ryan Ritchie up front for Hillowbeath started the game superbly, Jock. He's causing all sorts of problems early on in the game. Nice wee flick there to set up that cross-field pass.
And Miller making that tackle just a shade out of range, I reckon, when he went in behind Graham Mercer. Well, the early on is appearing to go to Hillowbeath. They settled very quickly indeed. Some sharp, inventive play up front. It's testing Lesmahagow to the full. Diaz getting there ahead of Wilson. And Diaz took a knock as he made that clearance. Again, it's a face knock. So Chris Wilson coming across for this. Diaz was always going to get there first, but Wilson making life difficult. And the collision there could have been an accidental face knock as the sweeper fell.
Yeah, it was an accident, Joe.
So once again, a bit of respite for the players. They can let the whole occasion sink in now, and a little chat among themselves, a little bit of regrouping going on.
Vital for the experienced players to get round and do the talking at this stage of the game.
Well, a long-range snapshot causing no problems there for David Westwood in goal. Duncan Sinclair having a go from long range. Powerhouse in the middle of the field for Lesmahagow.
Big man's obviously been watching my right foot, Jock.
Well, same accuracy, a bit more power though, I think, Tom. Wilson helping that on. He got there ahead of Sinclair. Played forward by Robertson. Diaz is in trouble. Good hustling play by Henderson. And the recovery made by the Hillowbeath youngster. Wearing number 11, playing at sweeper. Miller nodding that back. He knew he had plenty of cover, especially there from Ross Anderson. Here's Sandy Robertson. Long ball overhitting Tom Henderson in attack. He had no chance of reaching that. Robertson again, dwelling in the ball too long. Mercer was very quick going in with that tackle. And the referee's given the throw to Lesmahagow, to the consternation of the Hillowbeath players.
Robert Duncan, the left midfield player at Hillowbeath, making some great forward runs to go up and support his front men early in the game. And sits him back defending there.
Hillowbeath having to be sharp again in defence. Bruce Diaz forced to do some work there, put under a little bit of pressure by Robert Duncan. So David Westwood, a calm, phlegmatic character in goal, 31 years old. Headed down by Hamilton. Going to be a push in the back there, yes. John Mitchell going in behind Henderson, conceding that free kick. Sam Miller waiting for his teammates to get forward. It's directed towards Sinclair. Helped on by Wright. And a chance now for Wilson to create something on the right for Hillowbeath. Well, the pace of Robertson was significant there, and that bit of work from the fullback. So Lesmahagow now trying to develop things on their own right. McVeigh wants it back. He's got support up front. This is Chris Wilson. McVeigh calling for the ball back once again. Trying to get the ball into the box. Waters nodded on. That wasn't a bad ball at all, but it took Tom Henderson a little bit by surprise. But McVeigh again showing his value to the Lesmahagow effort. Chipping that ball in. Head flick on from Waters. A very good one indeed, but Henderson was not anticipating it.
Good bit of prompting there for Alec McVeigh. I think Pop, they'll be looking for a lot more of that for him.
Here's Jimmy Wright.
Jimmy Wright's very, very composed looking on the ball drop.
Hamill playing in wide, and it's over carried on the far side. A bit of respite for the Lesmahagow defence. Goalkeeper Robert Russell doesn't have to trouble himself too much. Plenty of distance in the goal kick, helped on by Sinclair. Returned there by Kenny. Robertson lofting it forward. Two centre halves exchanging headers. Back with Anderson. Graham Mercer trying to cut off the route towards Russell. And Robert Russell in goal did well there, coming out of his box to play that back to Anderson, but Mercer again was very quick indeed. Good tackle made there by Irving for Lesmahagow. Wilson plays it forward. Wilson again prompting from midfield. This is Brian Ritchie returning it. Wright hugging the right touchline. Trying to send over a cross, a long deep one at that, and it's turned away by Irving. A promising build-up from Hillowbeath. Good play here by Jimmy Wright, making room for the cross. And Robert Irving left with no option there, but to turn that behind.
Excellent build-up for Hillowbeath there.
McVeigh's header. Good running by Henderson. And Bruce Diaz has been penalised for showing his studs in that challenge, complaining that he met the ball cleanly, which he certainly did. The referee judging that to be dangerous play. Back with McVeigh. This is Hamilton. Here's Irving. Referee allowing the advantage rule as Henderson pulls the ball back. Here's Henderson again. And one of the Hillowbeath players still on the ground. Bruce Diaz, I think, hasn't recovered from that challenge he made on Irving. Good piece of refereeing that by Willie Young. Here's Jimmy Wright now playing it forward. Ritchie is on the break. Trying to take on Anderson, and a bit of obstruction there, giving the free kick to Hillowbeath. Certainly clear signs that both sides have very sharp attacks.
Yeah, I think it's typical junior stuff, Jock, almost end to end. But I think at this moment in time, Hillowbeath look to be the more determined of the two teams.
Brian Ritchie takes it to the near post. Good defending by Anderson. Ross Anderson to the rescue, undoubtedly there, of Lesmahagow. On this near post free kick, Anderson marking well. Sam Miller was also there. So a corner kick for Hillowbeath to exploit, and they'll be looking to cash in on this very sprightly start. The goal at the early stage of the match would certainly have a major impact on the proceedings. Russell punches clear, helped away by Henderson. Here's Chris Wilson. Back with McVeigh, quickly tackled there by John Mitchell. Sinclair trying to get forward. Down in a tangle there with Diaz. There's no free kick given. Bruce Diaz is back at his feet. He injured himself making that late challenge on Robert Irving, which certainly was a foul, but which wasn't given because of the advantage applied by referee Young. He is not looking entirely happy at the moment with that knock he sustained. Ritchie again moving all over the place up front for Hillowbeath to very good effect. This is Wilson. Misunderstanding as the ball comes inside. There's Anderson. Henderson. Sinclair was well tackled there by Mitchell. Lighting up work again by Anderson, and Lesmahagow continuing effectively with 10 men, with Tom Henderson lying on the ground having taken a knock in the face. Big break wins it back for Lesmahagow. The free kick's been given. Now there will be attention for Henderson. Well, not instantly obvious how Henderson came by that injury, but he certainly does appear to be a little bit groggy. See this again. Here was Henderson trying to turn, met there by Hamill, and appeared to catch a swinging arm there.
Again, a good opportunity for the experienced players to get around, get talking to the younger lads on the side. A good thing at the moment, Joe, is that both teams are prepared to pass the ball about and not just kicking it up the park.
Well, there's the challenge which Tom Henderson had to withstand. The referee certainly well positioned. He couldn't have been closer to all that. Played in by Miller. Here's Graham Hamilton. Swiftly tackled by Wright. Hamilton again. McVeigh trying to work a little bit of magic at the corner flag. He appeared to carry that almost, but the ball is eventually out of play, and it's Hillowbeath who have the throw. So Graham Mercer picks himself up from the track where he was deposited by Sam Miller's challenge. Here's Wright. McVeigh to Hamilton. A late tackle there by Mercer. Now Mercer, I think, was still smarting from that earlier challenge which he had to sustain, and that, I think, was a retaliatory effort here as Hamilton went forward. A late tackle by Mercer. A little word from referee Young to keep things under control, and McVeigh will take this. Owen Waters getting up well. There's Wilson. Now Hamill. Wilson sends the ball high towards Ritchie. Robertson leans in. Here's Wilson. Beaten the ball by Brian Kenny, who was quick in the turn for such a big fellow.
Again, Joe, the ball's not just kicked up the park, it's thrown out to the fullback who's going to come forward, make passes with it. Good game of football.
There's Bobby Wilson. And a superb turn there, beautifully worked by Duncan. He's fouled by Irving. So So a free kick for Hillowbeath, which Brian Ritchie is shaping to take. Jimmy Wright takes over. Mercer. Oh, and that's fine play. Looking for Ritchie. A clearly rehearsed set piece from a training ground, that. And it almost worked. There's Mercer. And Miller took that flush in the face. But a very encouraging sign that to see such a well-worked set piece early on.
Yeah, I think with 18 games left to play, they're not going to have much time for set pieces, Jock, so the more the merrier.
So we're approaching the midway point in the first half of the OVD Scottish Junior Cup final. There's still no scoring, but there has been some excellent football on display so far, and certainly not difficult to see why both these teams have made it to this stage in the competition. Here's Tom Henderson, followed by Kenny. It's a good turn. Sinclair takes over. Good bit of footwork there from the big fellow, Sinclair. Waters into the path of Robertson. Well, some very good creative play over in the far corner there, and no question of these sides willing to just thump the ball inside. The big fella here, Duncan Sinclair, showed a lot of skill, playing that inside for Waters, who tried to set up Sandy Robertson on the run. Not quite enough space.
I think interesting at the moment is Hillowbeath seem to have 2 or 3 players that look that wee bit special, whereas the Gow seem to be relying a lot on teamwork.
Back it goes from Brebna. Diaz now turns that back to his keeper. He appears to have recovered fully. And that'll be a relief to Hillowbeath. Miller up there with Mercer. A free kick against the Lesmahagow centre half.
One if there be any more set pieces rehearsed here, Jock.
Certainly another excellent chance for Hillowbeath to demonstrate the fruits of their labours in training. Discussion going on over the ball as the wall lines up. Mercer and Wright are involved. Wright playing it wide for Ritchie again. Challenge made by Sinclair. Well, a heavy touch on the pass back. Hillowbeath have a corner kick. Well, Duncan Sinclair will be upset about that. Sign for Lesmahagow from Blantyre Vicks, 24 years old.
That set piece would have been a lot better, I think, Joe, if Brian Ritchie had somebody to pass the ball back.
Here's Wilson. Clearance by Robertson. Here's Ritchie again. Now Hamill. Good tackle by Waters. There's Henderson. Now a chance for Lesmahagow on the break. Here's Chris Wilson. Waters tearing through the middle. And the pass just a shade too long. Waters turning back to McVeigh. Irving sends it back to McVeigh. Low ball this time. Swept away, none too convincingly. McVeigh's throw. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton trying to force his way forward. There was a deflection. It came from John Mitchell, and the linesman indicating to the referee that's a corner kick. Well, the noise you now hear coming from Lesmahagow supporters, greatly encouraged by that little burst. McVeigh's corner kick. Headed away by Wilson, only as far as Henderson. Wilson was quickly to his man again. John Mitchell on the ground inside the penalty area for Hillowbeath as Lesmahagow get another corner kick. Well, John Mitchell's in a lot of trouble. He's lying on the ground. We'll see in a moment why, perhaps. So, the blows sustained there, resulting in more treatment required as Lesmahagow tried to come forward here. It was turned away there by Duncan.
Amazing amount of face knocks in this game, Joe.
Yes, it's an afternoon for Terry Lawless and his corner men rather than for trainers in the normal fashion. So here was Tom Henderson bringing this down, looking for the shot. Was blocked by Wilson, but already John Mitchell has sustained a face knock going for the high ball. There's McVeigh with the outswinger this time. Wilson again gets to it first. Here's Sinclair going across. First time he's left his beat on the left side of midfield. Too high for Ritchie. Anderson has Sandy Robertson. Kenny blocks. Good lead by little Tom Henderson. Master still in a deep position for Hillowbeath. Now right. Good running by Duncan. And Duncan was held off there by Irving. Some flailing arms between these two players. And that's one of the very interesting tussles going on out there. Irving with Duncan. There are a few more of substantial interest. Sinclair and Bobby Wilson on the far side of midfield. Right in the middle, Hamill and Owen Waters.
Yeah, Robert Dunks had a couple of lovely turns in the game there, Doc.
Once again, Jimmy Wright over the free kick for Hillowbeath. Up goes Hamill. A very positive run towards that free kick from the midfield man. And again, these sides wanting to play football from the back. Sandy Robertson taking the short goal kick. Just Wilson trying to get the better of Kenny in the air, but he had cover at Kenny, so he's back with Westwood. Sinclair up there with Wilson. Headed down by Miller. Here's Sinclair. Stopped by Wright. Now Hamill has space. Well, he had Duncan peeling off to the left, making himself available for a pass. Hamill and Duncan exchanging a few angry words.
Yeah, both teams seem to be reluctant to play the ball wide. I think that's the best place to go to get success.
Done back by Brevner. Still no serious work for David Westwood in the Hillowbeath goal. Robert Russell for Lesmahagow in goal has had more anxious moments, I would say, at this stage in the match. Good lead by Miller. Here's Sinclair. Tackled firmly by Wilson. Here's Ritchie. Now Wright. Away from Sinclair. Hamill's available inside. That's towards Duncan. Irving is the marker. And appear to be turned away by Duncan. So Lesmahagow thinking about a short goal kick, changing their mind when they saw Duncan reacting quickly to any thoughts about using Graham Hamilton. Kenny winning that comfortably. McVeigh quite happy to let it run to give the throw to Lesmahagow. Here's Henderson. Played in by McVeigh to the far side, looking for Wilson. Chris Wilson, that is, with Bobby Wilson. Good play by Chris Wilson. Back it comes towards Sinclair. A very important interception there by Diaz. Here's Bobby Wilson again. Through the middle is Mercer. Bit of a handball, yes, he controlled that with his left arm. The linesman bringing that to the attention of referee Young. Sam Miller with a free kick. Pushing the back there by Bremner on Henderson, and Excellent chance for Lesmahagow outside the box. I wonder what they've been doing in training. See if there's any rehearsed move from this position.
A needless free kick given away. A terrible error to give away a free kick there, Joe.
We have Duncan Sinclair in the far corner of the box for a flighted ball from this position. Alec McVeigh controlling things. There's Robertson. Oh, fine play once again. Lesmahagow showing that anything Hillowbeath can do, they can do also from set pieces. This set up by Alec McVeigh, lofting it over the wall for Sandy Robertson with that left foot, and Robertson trying to add to his substantial tally of 12 goals already this season with Lesmahagow from fullback.
I think Sandy did maybe more time than he thought he had there. Another bounce and he could have took it again.
It's Hamilton. Henderson going wide, trying to get away from Kenny. The big centre half did well. Good running though by Henderson, forcing Kenny to follow him out wide.
Lesmahagow seem to have taken the initiative in the last 5-10 minutes.
Pendulum, yes, it appears to be swinging at the moment. Lesmahagow's way after an excellent start by Hillowbeath. Here's Alec McVeigh indicating where he wants the players. Up goes Waters. Wilson there in a tangle with Westwood. The keeper wins it.
Got a left hook for the referee there.
Well, certainly no question of faulting the referee's positioning. He couldn't be closer to the play. Well, this corner kick from McVeigh. Headed on from Waters. Wilson there with Westwood, the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper falling in that as Wilson came in strongly.
Yeah.
Touched on by Bobby Wilson. There's Mercer. Radnor's throw. This is Ritchie, one of the outstanding players in the early part of the match. His jersey was held, so Hillowbeath have a free kick. Well, it's perfectly obvious now that these sides are not content to have made the final. They're determined to win it. Tackle are certainly going in now. There's Mercer making a very good turn. Miller blocked it. Duncan brings it back. With a slackness in defence from Lesmahagow. Here's Duncan again. Cross headed away by Hamilton. The Hillowbeath really are very sharp indeed up front. And this could easily have been the opening goal. Good play there, pulling it back, Duncan. Careless one from Anderson. Duncan winning it, pulling it back. Clearance, saving the day.
Well, Anderson will be getting a blast for that there, Jock. He's going to be clearing his lines.
And that came off the head of Owen Waters for another corner kick. Well, just as we were saying that Lesmahagow were back in business, Hillowbeath reacted. Lovely play there from Jimmy Wright. Didn't quite get past Hamilton. There's a lot of skill on the ball. Here's Ritchie. Miller had to get to that. There's Irving. Chris Wilson trying to control that, to develop something on the break, but it's back from Diaz. Chris Diaz with some instructions there for John Mitchell. Here's Mercer. Back with Wilson. Demna. Back there with Mercer. Sinclair trying to turn away from Wilson. These two getting to grip with each other. This is Ritchie. Trying to outpace Anderson. Robertson. Crunching tackle there from Nunn. Played inside by Wright for Mercer.
Again, good football for the back, played wide. Setting up another attack for themselves.
Here's McVeigh with Irving. Waters trying the return pass. Run by Hamill for Duncan. Waters getting back well. Here's Sinclair. Irving misunderstood that. Gave it straight to Jimmy Wright, and Ritchie trying to make Lesmahagow pay. Playing it wide there, looking for Mercer. It'll be picked up though by Wilson. Hamilton did well, got there ahead of Duncan. That's Hamill, clashing with Henderson. Here's Owen Waters. Good positional play there in defence by Diaz. Wright drops deep again. He's the roving commission in the middle of the park, coming off the front two. That's a good pass into the path of Mitchell. Well, very unlucky indeed. He made excellent ground on the left, John Mitchell. Jimmy Wright tried to pick him out.
I think Jock Henderson would be encouraging the boys to get the ball to Jimmy Wright as often as they can in the second half. He's a man that looks as if he's got a wee bit extra flair.
So again, the build-up starts from a deep position. Lesmahagow using their skipper, Graham Hamilton. There's Irving, well tackled though by Duncan. Wright has wandered across to the left. That's for Ritchie, using his pace to get away from Anderson. Good running also by Hamill. Hamilton was in the way of that pass. Here's Waters. The layoff from Wilson goes astray. Sinclair wins it back. Good play by Branda. Back with Kenny. And now Diaz. Too high there for Jimmy Wright. Irving. Wilson couldn't control it. Here's Wright. He's a magnificent touch on the ball, Jimmy Wright. Forcing play again from Duncan. Ritchie's come across, overloading on the left for Hillabede, but that return pass not anticipated by Duncan. Hit much too firmly by Ritchie.
Favour swung back in favour of Hillabede again, due to the fact that Jimmy Wright's got himself more involved in the game.
Not such a good kick out and going just to the man Lesmahagow least want to see in possession, Wright. Some tackle was made by Robertson. It breaks across the near side here though to Duncan. Mitchell on the overlap. Mercer couldn't control that. There's Sinclair. High ball won by Kenny, heading away for the throw. Here's Sinclair. Henderson, Midvake. Waters forward, there's Wilson intercepting. Graham Mercer goes down as he's challenged by Sandy Robertson. Here to anticipate that challenge from the rear. Wilson forward, Sinclair was in the way. Here's Wright. Trying a nutmeg, Sinclair prevented it. Chris Wilson. Stopped by a combination of Wright and Mitchell. Sinclair has it back. Very powerful coming forward, Duncan Sinclair. Here's Tom Henderson. Blatantly body checked by Diaz. Well, Tom Henderson ready to take on his man here. Now you see this is a clear body check by Diaz as Henderson went past him. And referee Willie Young has had enough. He's delivering the first booking of the match. Yellow card for Bruce Diaz, and he can have no complaints about that.
Yeah, Tom Henderson done exactly the right thing there. One-on-one, just go at him.
So what do Lesmahagow have to offer this time? Alec McVake again a key man. Irving is also there. Good strike that by Irving. Irving saw a gap there beside the Hillowbeath wall, drove it just a shade too high. Hamill forward, here's Mercer. Careless one picked up by Sinclair. Trying to release Henderson on the run now. Kenny going across. Henderson's very quick indeed. And once again, an excellent tackle by the big centre half. Henderson really is a hot handful up front for that Hillowbeath defence. Perhaps some work for David Westwood. Pushing there by Sam Miller, picked up by referee Young, so a free kick to Hillowbeath to relieve the pressure. So the 10-yard rule being invoked. Lesmahagow bench. Waters trying to send Wilson away on the far side. Brevnar did well to judge the bounce of that ball. Skipper leading by example. Hamilton getting up well in the middle of the field. There's Ross Hamill. Wright again has found space on the flank. This time he's on the left. The angle cross, no one there for Hillowbeath though. Back with Duncan. This is Wilson. Now Ritchie, promising for Hillowbeath. Superb play once again from Hillowbeath. And that would have been a goal richly deserved by Brian Ritchie, who's been outstanding up front for Hillowbeath. Headed away was by Sinclair. It was returned instantly to Wilson. Playing it into that gap for Brian Ritchie. The angle cross just going away to the far post.
Superb bit of play for big Bobby Wilson there. Cut inside and then slipped the pass through. Excellent.
Well, I have to say that there's been more good football in this Junior Cup final than I can remember in many for some time. A lot of skillful players out there, and we've seen some very good creative play, some skillful ball work, and I wonder indeed, Tommy, if the destination of the cup may rest in the hands of men like Alec McVeigh for Lesmahagow and Jimmy Wright for Hillowbeath.
Yeah, very much so. I think whoever wants to impose themselves most in the game, that team's going to benefit from it. But I think I would actually look for more and more involvement for Jimmy Wright and for Alec McVeigh. Both of them are playing well, but they've got to get more and more of the ball.
So here's Sandy Robertson with the throw. Kenny going in very determinedly to head that away. So the throw lined up by McVeigh. Up goes Diaz. Brevnar sending it high in the air, forcing Ross Hamill to clear. Back with Robertson, he's got a good left foot. Well, Sandy Robertson likes to get that shooting chance outside the penalty area with his left foot. Didn't make full use of that though. Duncan to Mercer. Trying to set that up for John Mitchell, breaking from the back. Waters now to Henderson. Wright picks it up for Hillowbeath. Through the middle it goes for Ritchie. He's a chance for Hillowbeath. Brian Ritchie! Superbly finished. Hillowbeath take the lead. That's a beautifully constructed goal. Look at the way Brian Ritchie goes through here on that excellent pass. Crosses Ross Anderson and drills the ball beyond his goalkeeper.
Superb ball for Jimmy Wright there, Jock. Brian Ritchie, great running off the ball and a superb finish. Great bit of pace.
Well, Brian Ritchie's looked the player most likely to find the net since the start of the match, and that has brought this final to life. All the noise you hear now coming from supporters through from Fife, backing Hillowbeath. So a major task facing Lesmahagow. I think that opening goal just about reflecting accurately the balance of play in the first half.
Yeah, I think it was always going to be doing a wee bit of individual flair, and Jimmy Wright and Bobby Wilson produced it there. Or Brian Ritchie rather.
And there's the half-time whistle. 1-0 to Hillowbeath. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rugby Park. Hillowbeath 1-up on Lesmahagow, and Gordon, you would say that's about right. They deserve to be.
Oh, most definitely. I think they're head and shoulders above Lesmahagow in the first half, and they've been very, very impressive. Defensively, they're very strong. I mean, it's easy to see why there was only one team took goals off them in their 7 ties getting to Rugby Park. That was Atherley. Very, very strong at the back. Big centre halves winning everything. I can see why there's interest in senior clubs for him. And the little boy Jimmy Wright in the midfield for Hillowbeath, an absolute pleasure to watch.
Tremendous, sure. Well, Lesmahagow actually pushed it, didn't they? I mean, in as early as 7 minutes, Gordon, they came close, and it was actually a good save from Duncan here. Yes. Well, here we have Hillowbeath actually pushing forward.
Yeah, I mean, he never quite caught that. It was another nice little move as well, but the goalkeeper had caught that one, no problem at all.
Sure, I mean...
Jimmy Wright starting it again. It's through here. I think he'd be looking to do a little bit better here, but he keeps it on target, but no problem for the goalkeeper.
Should have done better, shouldn't they?
Possibly,
really?
Yeah.
OK, well, Lesmahagow obviously pushed. Now, a nice set-piece move here. And a lovely lob from McVeigh. This was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, very well worked, Sandy Robertson here. He maybe rushed that a bit because there was actually nobody picking him up. He could have maybe knocked that on a bit and then lashed it into the net. But it's been a feature in the first half, the set pieces. I mean, obviously these guys don't get a lot of time to work in set pieces.
Sure.
And both teams, the coaches have got to be congratulated because they've done terrific.
Little Richie of Hillowbeath was catching the eye, and he came close. We know he scored the goal, which put them 1-up, but he came close just before that, didn't he?
Yeah, he's been very, very busy. Him and Jimmy Wright are causing him all sorts of problems. So that was a well-struck shot just past the goalkeeper's right-hand post.
The writing was on the wall at that stage, I think, Gordon, because they were pushing. They were trying for this goal before half-time,
yeah,
weren't they?
Well, they've more or less kept Lesmahagow pinned back in their own half, and I always felt there was a goal going to come. They've been very impressive.
Well, when it came, it was your man Wright who pushed a tremendous ball through, didn't he? And in went the goal. Now, just on half-time, and a bit of a heartbreaker for Lesmahagow, wasn't it?
Yes, but the goal was coming. This is just a delightful ball through, and the boy Richie, who's played smash as well, finishes it off very, very well indeed. That's probably a pass for the best player in the park, and finished off with the second best player in the park.
Sure, and they were well happy about that, weren't they?
Well, it's a lovely time to get a goal, because they're maybe getting a bit concerned, all the pressing and pushing that they've done in the first half and nothing to show for it. Now they're getting at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
He tucked it away beautifully, didn't he?
He done smash. He's been very impressive in the first half, the boy Richie, wide in the right, and he's causing them plenty of problems.
What do you think now? I mean, do you think they'll work on that, and do you think they'll go further ahead?
Yes, I do, but I think Lesmahagow have got to start pushing out, because they've been pinned in their own half too much, and get people like Sandy Robertson, the left back, instead of pinging balls for the left back area, get him up into dangerous positions where he's going to be crossing balls, because he's scored a lot of goals for Lesmahagow this season, Sandy Robertson. Sure. And the boy Waters looks impressive as well, but the Hillowbeath are making them defend too much just now. OK, well, still plenty to come here. Join us for the second half of this OVD Junior Cup final just after this break.
Welcome back to Rugby Park for the second half of this excellent OVD Scottish Junior Cup final. It's Lesmahagow who are all set to get the second half underway, and they certainly have the problems to solve in this second period. There's Alec McVeigh involved, number 7, and Lesmahagow will be very anxious indeed, I'm sure, to see him in possession frequently in this second period, because Jimmy Wright was the player with similar skills to McVeigh, who did so well in the first half for Hillowbeath.
I think both these guys are going to be very, very important. Jimmy Wright seems like a way talking about their job, but he's got so much ability.
Hamilton sending in the high ball, and it's headed away by Hamill. Robertson playing it forwards. Good pass that from Hamill. Here's Wright. Mercer got a very good touch there for Hamill, powering out of midfield. Owen Waters, his marker, was back though to intercept and release Duncan Sinclair. Played forward by Irving. There's Wilson. Chris Wilson, that is. Bobby Wilson with the clearance. Hamilton playing that down. Here's Duncan. This could be dangerous. One of the outstanding men in the first half, Robert Duncan. Here he is. Now Mercer. Richie, the goal scorer. Here's Duncan. Good play again from Hillowbeath. Both these sides determined to put passes together. It's been thoroughly entertaining stuff.
Hillowbeath have started the second half the exact same way they started the first shot, forcing the play, playing good passes.
Headed away by Mitchell, it's picked up by Irving. Chris Wilson getting up well for Lesmahagow. There's the clearance from Kenny. Well, I have the distinct feeling there's going to be a lot more drama to unfold here in the second half. Remember, you will undoubtedly see the Junior Cup presented before the afternoon's out. Regardless of what happens, there will be extra time if required and penalty kicks also if required. There's the Lesmahagow bench. Wilson high in the air there and out for a throw to Lesmahagow. It's also going to be a match, as usual in the Junior Cup final, where stamina will be crucial in the later stages of the second half. This big expanse playing surface, excellent condition. Here's Robertson going inside. Irving sending it forward. Duncan Sinclair a check out of a forward run there. He may have been on the end of that otherwise. Long clearance from hand, giving possession back to Lesmahagow with this throw, which skipper Graham Hamilton takes. In goes Anderson for Lesmahagow. Mitchell's throw. Mercer trying to hold it up. It's well challenged though by Miller. Blocked by Duncan. So some very colourful supporters, all wearing red and white on both sides. There's Diaz with the header clear. Waters, Irving. Big Vic. Chance for Hillowbeath to break. There's Mitchell looking for Ritchie. Ross Anderson closed down quickly by Ritchie. Oh, the little striker really will not be denied this afternoon. He got a major lift, of course, from that excellent opening goal he scored just on half-time. And that's still the goal which separates the teams. Hillowbeath leading by 1 goal to 0. Wilson's header, and Henderson couldn't get on the end of it, so Hillowbeath have possession again. They'll be very keen to settle in the first 10 to 15 minutes of the second half. Remain in front after that period. Nick Vake with a long ball forward. Sinclair goes for it. Bobby Wilson is the marker. And Westwood comes off his line. Good running again by Ritchie. And Ritchie's penalised for snapping at the heels of Sam Miller. Free kick taken by Robertson. Good tackle by Waters now, not good enough as far as the referee's concerned. He adjudged that illegal, coming from the back. So Waters has the free kick awarded against him.
Difficult to see at this time where the Lesmahagow is going to score a goal through. Not getting any real goal threat anywhere in the team.
Russell Bebnar takes that free kick. Hamill trying to find Ritchie wide. This is Wilson. Robbed by Sinclair. With a good touch on the ball, the big fellow. This is Big Vake. Played wide by Duncan. There's Ritchie into right. There's Wilson. Now Mercer. Back with Bobby Wilson. Back it goes to Mercer. A great chance for the second.
Great build-up.
Robert Russell, happy to see that, skimming the crossbar. Well set up initially by Mercer, playing it back.
Most defenders would just throw a big high ball into the middle. The big man chipped a beautiful wee pass in there. It's laid back. A good strike. Just never got over the top of it enough.
So good play again from Hillowbeath, a timely reminder. And for those of you obviously concerned about our World Cup prospects, we have a scoreline from Wales this afternoon. Wales are playing Costa Rica. They've been playing for about 20 minutes. And Wales have taken the lead through Dean Saunders. So it's Wales 1, Costa Rica 0. Here at Rugby Park, Kilmarnock in the OBD Scottish Junior Cup final, it is Hillowbeath 1, Lesmahagow 0. And Hillowbeath coming forward again. Here's Jimmy Wright. It's a good angled cross. And just a couple of inches too high for Brian Kenny coming into the penalty area. The big centre half almost made this. Jimmy Wright again shaping as a potential match winner for Hillowbeath. Left foot cross, just too high for the centre half.
Superb ball again for Jimmy Wright there, Joe.
Hamill's header. Anderson just knocks that back to his goalkeeper.
If it was Jock Finlayson, they'd be screaming at Jimmy Wright to go on that ball every minute.
The Sinclair playing into space on the right. There's no one there though at the moment for Lesmahagow, with Alec McVeigh crossing over to their left. Hefty collision there. Hamilton and Duncan. Good forceful play in the middle of the field from Irving. Sinclair going forward, beaten to the ball by Diaz. Well, the Lesmahagow midfield trying to become more assertive in that area. There was Irving with a good tackle, the break of the ball going over the head of Diaz, who did well to recover quickly as Sinclair came in. So back it goes from Kenny to Westwood. Well, we're into the second half now, and David Westwood has really had little to do. Ritchie battling there with Anderson. Back it goes from the sweeper. He did well. Ross Anderson severely tested here by the Hillowbeath attack. McVick. Wilson. There's Mitchell. Mercer underneath that. Need high in the air by Miller. Turned back by Anderson. Well, these two front men, Ritchie and Mercer, causing all sorts of problems to the Lesmahagow defence, especially with the floating support of Jimmy Wright on the flanks. Frebner back to his goalkeeper. Having a very good match, the skipper. Miller leaning in there above Mercer to nod that away for the throw.
It's amazing how I like the second half started to the same as the first half. Hillowbeath continually pressing and playing good football.
Ritchie with the throw, long one towards the near post area. It's thumped away by Anderson. Kenny's header. It's a fine turn by Duncan. He was stopped there in the move by Anderson. Otherwise he'd have been through on goalkeeper Russell. There's McVeigh.
Robert Duncan again showing lovely skills there, Jock, when he was turning.
Sort of skills scheduled to take him to Brechin City for next season. down well by Miller for Sinclair. There's McVeigh, quickly tackled by Bremner, and McVeigh took a hefty knock on the ankle there. Here's Wilson. He's away from Miller, good running by Wilson. And they take on Hamilton now for the shot. Oh, just another yard of pace from Bobby Wilson. He would have been clear there for a shot at goal. Certainly got himself away from Sam Miller here. Graham Hamilton did well, shepherding him outside, away from goal, forcing that ambitious effort on the angle.
And very forceful today in the middle of the park, Bobby Wilson. Done very well.
Here's Irving. Brought to the ground by Duncan. Free kick to Lesmahagow. Here's Tommy Henderson. Bake has recovered from that ankle knock. Trying to find a way past Brian Kenny, and that's not been easy this afternoon. Duncan Sinclair's going to cross to link with McVeigh. To break across, helped on there to the far side to Robertson. And Sandy Robertson had a lot of time there. He could have brought that down, I reckon, and still have had time to have a shot at goal, but he wouldn't know that. McVeigh sending it across. It was deflected on there to Sandy Robertson, and the first time header goes over.
Yeah, Sandy could have took that back across the defender, made a bit more space for himself.
So the ball picked up at the back by Anderson for Lesmahagow. And it may be exercising Lesmahagow's mind, certainly in the dugout, that Hillowbeath have been very difficult to crack defensively this season. In fact, in their cup run, Hillowbeath have only had one side score against them, and that was Arthurlie. It took 3 matches to dispose of Arthurlie, who were the cup favourites at that stage. But no one else has managed to score a goal against Hillowbeath in this cup run. Well, that's the task which faces Lesmahagow. Ball's carried over for a throw, which Sandy Robertson thought should have been Lesmahagow's way.
Big Bobby Wilson looks to be coming into his own in the middle of the park, getting good tackles in, he's forcing the play, he's making good passes, making good runs. Very important player for them.
And that, of course, puts a big onus on Duncan Sinclair, who's been his marker for much of the match, to pin him down. It's a good challenge by Miller. Not the biggest of centre halves, but he gets up well. Has to go again. He appeared to be pushed there by Mercer, yes. The free kick's been given. Turned back by Kenny and retrieved by Westwood.
Good use of the ball again for the goalkeeper.
Rebner playing it on, the header down to give Hillowbeath the throw again. There's Wright, away from Robertson, and bites tackles Jimmy Wright, then has the sleight of foot to evade them. No one forward there, Graham Hamilton tidying up at the back, and he has Robert Russell in goal to launch a long one this time, I think. No, Robertson calls for the ball shot. Good ball on from Sinclair. Henderson trying to take it on the run. So there's the scoreline, 1 hour of the final gone, 1-0 to Hillowbeath. The scorer was Brian Ritchie. And Lesmahagow at this stage not showing too many signs that they can change the flow of the match. Miller's header an error there by Bobby Wilson, but it breaks back to Ross Hamill in the middle of the field. There's Bremner and Wilson again. That's good play once more. Ritchie on the turn, brought down by Anderson. Well, referee Willie Young again very close to the play, and the Glasgow solicitor has had a very good match indeed so far. Took the book out once when it was required, just before half-time for Bruce Diaz, just to calm things down. The tackles got a bit heavier. Jimmy Wright lofting it in, headed away by Miller. Wilson trying to get away from Sinclair, he's made that. Hamill made an angle. Here's Mitchell. Miller again standing up to that. Here's Jimmy Wright. Well tackled by Sam Miller. Right inside the penalty area is a major threat because he does set himself up to take in tackles which could result in penalty kicks. Here's Miller again. And Robertson. Turned down by Wilson. A good pass from Waters, catching Henderson on the run. Kenny standing his ground, not lunging in. And Irving carries the ball out.
Great closing down for Hillabreath there, Joe. It just showed the determination. Tremendous closing down. He had 3 players there forcing the player to make an error.
With John Mitchell's throw. Here's Ritchie. Brave as well, Brian Ritchie going into that tackle with Irving. The free kick goes to Lesmahagow. There's Ross Anderson. Turn back to Irving. Westwood going for that and looked calm and unruffled as the towering figure of Duncan Sinclair closed in. This is good goalkeeping and the sort of catch which inspires confidence in a defence.
Yeah, excellent confidence for the big man there. Just stood his ground, took the ball and then used it well after the catch.
There's Chris Wilson. Sinclair has taken a more advanced role now for Lesmahagow through the middle. An alteration in tactics by Lesmahagow. Duncan Sinclair appears to have gone to centre forward. He's certainly been a prolific goal scorer this season from his midfield role, scored 12 times. The tackle came from Hamilton, it's picked up though by Mitchell.
Great possession play for Hillabreath here.
And Ritchie was offside when the pass was delivered by Bobby Wilson. Couldn't have been a great deal in that, but halts a promising move. Wilson back to McVick. This is Chris Wilson again. Tackled quickly by Mitchell. Henderson. Lockwood one, Sinclair challenging. Well, that's a good header. Well, the first real serious test for David Westwood in goal. The ball played in there by Irving. Duncan Sinclair going up well to get his head to that, and that's a good save. Well, it may have been going just wide of the post, but Westwood wasn't to know that. Good play by Hamilton. Irving sending Henderson free on the right. He's brought down by Kenny. Well, has the referee given a free kick or a throw? I think it's a throw. Or is it? The players checking with him. And the free kick has been given. Certainly appeared to be a foul by big Brian Kenny.
I thought the big man got there as quick as he could, Joe.
A sympathy coming there from Tommy Burns. McVick flights it in. Now here's Jimmy Wright with a bit of space to exploit. That's a good early pass. Duncan's in space in the middle. Ritchie peels off to the right. Duncan was half stopped there, and Robert Irving will be in trouble, I think. It'll be a booking for Irving, a booking which he cannot complain about. Now Duncan again sees the chance to attack the defender. This would have set him up very well indeed, and that very high challenge from Robert Irving deservedly resulting in another yellow card. So one booking on each side.
Robert Duncan again getting forward to help his front men. He's possibly my man of the match up to now, Joe.
There's Jimmy Wright. And the goalkeeper commanding his area, telling Sam Miller not to go for that. Good challenge by Robertson, getting there quickly ahead of Ritchie. Very long clearance that from Westwood, turning defence into attack in one lusty blow. There's Anderson. Chris Wilson setting it up for Sinclair, who's dropped back into his left midfield role again. Perhaps got some instruction in the dugout. Tough exchange there between Wilson and Robertson then with Sinclair. The throw has been given to Lesmahagow. Brevner getting up well with Henderson. Here's Chris Wilson trying the early cross. Knocker one for Diaz, challenged by Henderson. Harvey Wilson. Hamilton marking Mercer tightly. Here's Henderson. Just too strong, I think, for Robertson.
The feature of the game's been the battle between Bobby Wilson and Duncan Sinclair in the middle of the park, Joe. They've had a great feral ding-dong there together. Both of them played excellently.
And now their stamina being put to the test fully. In towards the last quarter of what has been an outstanding final. There's Sinclair and Wilson together again. Neither could reach that. There's Sandy Robertson. Miller trying to find one of his strikers. Kenny did enough to get the ball to Mitchell. Here's Duncan. Mitchell's made a run forward. Mercer comes short. Good play again from Hillaby, but that was a fine tackle by Sinclair, going in there to stop the progress of Hamill. Pierce challenging Henderson. Kenny with a pass back, an accurate one at that. Well, still no sign of activity in either bench. That's something of a surprise, I reckon, at this stage, Tommy.
Yeah, I think especially as far as Lesmahagow's concerned, I think they've obviously got to try and get a goal back. At the moment, they don't seem to be able to put anything together. Everything seems to be breaking up all the time. I think there's a wee bit of activity now there, though.
Yes, it looks as though there's going to be some change being made. Although that looked as though it might have been Hillabeath who were thinking about bringing someone on. And the remarkable thing for Hillabeath is that they have their top goal scorer actually on the bench. So that must be daunting for Lesmahagow. Good play by Ritchie. Misunderstanding there, allowing the clearance by Sinclair. Here's Henderson. McVeigh wants it back. Supported by Sinclair. Here's Miller. Waters down to Robertson. Good run made by Chris Wilson. It was read though by Diaz. Throw taken quickly. Back it goes to Westwood.
Difficult for the guy to get in behind Hillabeath with Bruce Diaz at the back there, giving him good depth, and he's picking up anything that comes too long.
Westwood now preferring in the second half to send the long ball into the opposing half, perhaps thinking about the effects of fatigue in his players. And that's run for a corner kick on the far side. Chance for Hillabeath.
Robert Duncan again chasing a hopeless cause there and wins his team a corner.
Wilson followed by Sinclair right into the penalty area for Ritchie's corner kick. The signal's given by Ritchie. Anderson did well. Ritchie playing that in towards right. Oh, that's good play by Jimmy Wright again. And the pass releases Wilson on the right. Keeping the ball in play. Trying to get away from Sinclair. He's made it. Sinclair having to be careful about conceding any fouls in that area. Chris Wilson's layoff finds Sinclair. Good running on the far side by Graham Hamilton, the skipper coming forward, taking on Mitchell. Mitchell's very quick though. Mercer to Duncan, he may go himself here. He's stopped by Anderson. Robert Duncan taking some tough treatment. And the decision has been taken by Hillowbeath to change things a little, or freshen things up. And Lesmahagow too are going to make a change. Well, that's no surprise. There's Mark James, who is the Hillowbeath leading goal scorer. He's going to come on. And the man being replaced is Jimmy Wright, who appears to have run out of steam. 31 years old now. He's done a superb job for Hillowbeath. He gets a well-earned rest, and on goes Mark James.
Jimmy looks as if he's heading straight for the oxygen tent, Jock.
And for Lesmahagow, they have brought on Alistair Brown, who'll play up front, formerly with Falkirk for 2 seasons. He'd had injury problems. That's what's kept him on the fringe of things this season. The near post ball blocked there, and the referee reacts to the linesman signal. So Chris Wilson has gone off for Lesmahagow. Striker for striker. Mark James has taken a very early knock. He's just on the field, hardly had a touch. Headed down there by Anderson. Irving turning away from Duncan. Henderson going wide, tackled well by Mitchell. Picked up by James. Good running by James, the fresh man, making an impact straight away. Here's Duncan. And that wasn't a bad effort at all by Duncan. Well, he looks tireless this afternoon. Good forcing play this though from Mark James, who's just on the field. Plenty of energy obviously to run at the Lesmahagow defence, drawing men to him, then releasing the pass, which is picked up well by Duncan, trying the shot on the run just wide of the target. Robertson's header, here's Sinclair. Good bit of skill again by big Duncan Sinclair. Here's Waters. Bremner getting back. That's good defensive play by the fullback. Waters, I think, thought he was in the clear there until Hillowbeath skipper popped up. Russell Bremner. Duncan with his shadow, Irving. Wilson now has space as Duncan Sinclair has been pulled away from him. There's Duncan going forward again. It breaks back to James. That's for Ritchie, who is offside. And Lesmahagow want to make their second substitution. Jim Lennon waiting to come on for Lesmahagow. Let's see who's coming off. Well, none of these players keen to come off. It looks as though Irving is the man being withdrawn. He's been looking after Duncan throughout much of the match, but his efforts are now over. The replacement is Jim Lennon. Now he is taking the field when his career had been threatened by a bad knee injury. He's had a tough time the last year or so, but there he goes, on for the Junior Cup final, closing stages. Now there's been some adjustment of the Lesmahagow midfield. Duncan Sinclair's been moved to the right side of the midfield. Lennon's in the middle, and Waters is on the left. Here's Owen Waters leaving it to Henderson. Hillowbeath have plenty of cover to cope with that.
Yeah, I think that midfield adjustment's to try and cancel out Robert Duncan, who has been absolutely outstanding.
What a huge kick out that was. Sam Miller again did well in the air, as he has done throughout the afternoon. Here's Waters. Hillowbeath now thinking about the final whistle, just 15 minutes remaining. The big question for Lesmahagow is, can they produce a supreme effort at this stage in the match to take the game to extra time? Headed down by Kenny. It's turned back by Ritchie to Wilson. Good early ball, releasing Mercer on the right. Turned back by Anderson.
Lesmahagow continuing trying to get through the middle, Joe, and that's where Hillowbeath are at their strongest.
Here's Alistair Brown. Waters playing further forward now. That pass goes astray though. Hillowbeath look at this stage to be comfortably in command. You have the feeling if they do nothing silly in the last few minutes, they should take the cup. Touched on by Mercer. There it goes from Anderson back to his goalkeeper. Well, that amazing run of cup victories for Fife looks as though it's continuing. 15 years ago it was won by Glenrothes, and 15 years before that it was won by St Andrews United. So 15-year gap between Fife teams winning the Junior Cup. Hillowbeath could continue that run. Well, I'm sure they won't want to wait another 15 years for a Fife victory. Here's McVeigh turning Ritchie. Good ball to far post, but Westwood looks very comfortable indeed in goal. Good piece of handling. It's helped on there by Duncan away from Sinclair from the kick out. So another change going to be made by Hillowbeath. An interesting one at that, because they're going to take off Graham Mercer, their striker. Here's Mark James taking the pass from Ritchie. Well held up though by Tommy Henderson. In the middle of the field is Hamill. Here's Mercer, leaning into his man to try to set that up for Hamill, and he will now leave the field. Mercer clearly has been carrying a knock in the last few minutes, so he is going to be replaced by Ian Cannell, another former Cowdenbeath player. Normally plays in the middle of the field, so it may be that Hillowbeath are quite content now to shore things up for the closing stages. There's Sandy Robertson looking for Sinclair. There's Waters. Brown battling hard, played forward by Henderson, and Duncan brings it clear by Hillowbeath. Graham Hamilton steps in, but that only succeeds in giving Hillowbeath the goal kick. Just had the official attendance handed to me, and I'm very surprised, I'm going to say, Tommy, it's only 5,898. Certainly looks and sounds a lot more than that.
Oh, that's right, Joe. Don't know who's counting the heads there.
Well, there may be a few complimentaries on the go.
Well, I see Jimmy Steele down there, Jock. He's obviously a complimentary.
Yep, Steely here, the Scotland and Celtic masseur. Headed on by James. Was Hamilton. Lesmahagow badly in need of inspiration. They need some piece of magic from somewhere in the field to turn the tide. Hillowbeath quite content to keep the game tied up now in the middle of the field. It's Lesmahagow who have to make things happen. They've certainly done that on their cup run frequently. They've got a lot of late goals, and they certainly won't give up the cause until the final whistle, that's for sure. There's McVeigh, unable to keep that in play. Perhaps going to face the wrath of his brother-in-law, Billy Whitfield, who's the Lesmahagow secretary and manager. If he can't turn this around before the end. Hillowbeath bench. Fairly relaxed, I reckon. But still, though, when there's only one goal in it, one inspired piece of attacking play or one error in defence could change the complexion of the whole match. Surprised a little, Tommy, that Hillowbeath haven't really set their stall to get a second clinching goal.
Yeah, I think they're probably caught in two minds at the moment. The fact that they've never been in this position before, they don't know whether to try and get a second goal or hold on to the one goal, and that's the biggest problem they're facing at the moment. Because if they go come back and score an equaliser, then they'll be on the ascendancy then.
Duncan's header, there's Ritchie. Miller forcing it forward. There's Brown. Appeared to be impeded there by Duncan, but the referee saw nothing amiss. Duncan completing another good piece of work for Hillowbeath. An outstanding player, the number 9. There's Billy Whitfield looking perplexed in the Lesmahagow dugout. Sandy Robertson. Bobby Wilson wins it. Inside is Ritchie. There's Kinnell. Now Hamill. Kinnell wants it back. Wilson with a first time pass, using a fresh bit of legs. Ian Kinnell now trying to get a cross in. Well, that's good play, but the cross too close to keeper. Kinnell making an early impact since his arrival as substitute. Showing a bit of confidence, good control there. Looking for the chance to send over the cross, turning his man, Sandy Robertson, and then sending that much too close to Russell. Header down by Lennon. Lennon again going for this. Away from Duncan, and that really was a rash tackle by Duncan. Free kick can't be taken from there. 2 yards stolen. And this is the sort of opening which Lesmahagow will have to exploit if they're to save the final. Westwood lining up his wall. There's the shot, and it was well struck by McVeigh. The goalkeeper positioning was good enough though. Free kick was quickly taken, knocked to the side there while the wall was dreaming a little, and Westwood moved across. Mitchell has to be careful with his pass back. Diaz had to take that. It wouldn't have reached Westwood without some assistance from Diaz, who's in possession now. A long clearance met by Sam Miller. Well, Sam Miller has battled hard in defence for Lesmahagow, the maths teacher. Certainly has his angle right in the defensive sense this afternoon. Well, this header goes out, and all the singing now from the Hillowbeath fans, sensing victory. Ritchie's throw, cut off by Miller. Well, there was going to be a quick throw taken there by Mark James until he had a call, a bellow rather, from the dugout to say to leave it. Just a few more precious seconds. 5 minutes remaining. It's all very tense now here at Rugby Park. Hillowbeath with the throw. Ritchie sending it in. Well, that could have been dangerous. Swept away by Hamilton. Here's Duncan. Trying to get away from McVeigh and Sinclair. Mitchell forward. There's Kinnell. This is James. Away from Anderson. Getting help from Ritchie. Not a bad effort from Ritchie, that just needed a touch. It got one from a Lesmahagow defender, and that has made it a corner kick. Well, Ritchie certainly is a live wire, taking that pass from Kinnell, seeing the chance to cut inside, and then driving this across. Came off the head of Ross Anderson.
Yeah, all the time these corners and free kicks have been taken, Joe, the minutes are ticking away.
There's Ritchie's corner kick. James getting up well. There's Russell coming off his line. Great shortage of corner kicks in the match, only the second of the second half, despite some excellent play. Here's Duncan. He's good on the run. That's for James. They're waiting in the middle. Well blocked by Russell. Spread himself well to get in the way of that. Ball played into his path there by Duncan for James. Coming in on the angle. And Russell made a good stop. There's Anderson. Ritchie making sure he couldn't play it back to his goalkeeper. This is Sam Miller. And now Robertson, just 3 minutes left. Can Lesmahagow save the match? Kenny's header, helped on by Brebner. There's Robertson, he just kept that in play. Up goes the big centre-half, Kenny. Kenny is still on the ground, he hasn't got up after that aerial challenge. There goes Henderson, was he pushed? No, says the referee. The referee's clearly anxious about Brian Kenny, who's still on the ground. There was Kenny, didn't get up from that. He's on the ground and he's still there. That ball then played in, Sinclair helped it on. Henderson trying to get to it, it was escorted back by Hamill. Well,
yeah, I think the big man's in a state of cramp there, Joe, or a state of shock, one of the two.
Well, Brian Kenny has played very well indeed in the heart of that Hillowbeath defence, and now has a problem with that left leg. And with the substitutes committed, he really has to recover. Going up there with Alistair Brown, winning it well. Certainly landed rather awkwardly here. And as he went down, the left leg was affected by cramp. Well, there's Kenny down now. He's back in his normal position to face this attack from Lesmahagow. Here's Henderson. McVeigh. Lesmahagow now sending everyone forward except Ross Anderson. They have to go for broke now. Sinclair a target, beaten well by Bobby Wilson in the air. It's cleared now for a throw. It's desperate action now provided by Lesmahagow. Here's McVeigh, this needs a good accurate cross. Kenny underneath that with his goalkeeper. Kenny turned it away. Wasn't prepared to leave that to Westwood in the circumstances. A good cross this is from McVeigh. Pulling it back from the byline. The big centre half turned it away, and here is the corner kick now from Sandy Robertson. Up goes Sinclair. The chance is on! There's Hamilton!
Oh.
Well, that just couldn't have been closer. What a disappointment that was for Lesmahagow. It fell here to Lennon, driving it across. Hamilton, the skipper, at full stretch.
Glorious
lying
chance.
there in anguish.
Glorious chance, Sergio.
Well, that might just end it all for Lesmahagow. 90 minutes are over. There is the time added on for stoppages. There have been one or two of these in the second half. But no more! The final whistle. Hillowbeath have won the OBT Scottish Junior Cup 1-0. The scorer was Brian Ritchie, and the celebrations now begin in earnest. There's the goal scorer, Brian Ritchie, going to the crowd on the far side. Well, I wonder if that's someone he knows rather well, but
He knows her well now, Joe.
if he didn't know her before, he knows her now. Right enough. So the celebration is about to begin. The presentation coming up in just a couple of minutes after this break. So welcome back to Rugby Park. There is the Scottish Junior Cup waiting to be presented to the new holders, who are Hillowbeath Hawthorn, who've won the match and won it in style, I would suggest. They were very impressive indeed. Got that vital goal from Brian Ritchie before half-time. And there are the fans waiting to see this trophy held aloft by the skipper, Russell Brebner. There he is, about to lead the players up. Willie Blaney, the junior FA secretary, waiting there. There goes Russell Brebner. And he's being invited back down the stairs again. The cup not quite ready to be handed over. So there we go. It's Russell Brebner going forward to collect the OBD Scottish Junior Cup. The photographer's been given the chance now to get a good look at that. The moment the village of Hillowbeath have been waiting for, and the moment they thought might never happen. They've been in existence as a junior club just 8 years, 15 years in total as a football club. And there is the moment they'll never ever forget. Russell Brebner with the Scottish Junior Cup. It's held aloft. And the reaction from the Hillowbeath fans. Well, there's still something special about these cup presentations. Tommy, you've been involved in a few. There's still a special moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure the guys would be absolutely delighted. It's astonishing to think that 8 years ago they weren't even here, and here they are picking up the Scottish Cup. They've certainly done their wee town proud.
Ross Hamill handing it on. Bobby Wilson, who played such a vital role on the right side of midfield, being handed right down the line among all the players, and Hillowbeath really looked to be a very efficient machine. They played extremely well. One or two outstanding performances. One from that man, Robert Duncan, number 9, who certainly would have been a candidate for man of the match in anyone's book, I reckon. Down the line it goes to Bruce Diaz, number 11, the sweeper, and right down to the end it goes with Brian Kenny, the big centre half. They're all savouring every moment of this. Graham Mercer helps it on down the line. The subs are on. There's Ian Kinnell, who came on to play well late on. And Brian Ritchie, the goal scorer, holds the cup aloft for the Hillowbeath fans. So Jim Delahunt has Jock Finlayson.
You started this club 15 years ago. This has got to be the best day of your career.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Honestly, it's been a little hard work for 15 years now. I just like to thank all the players from day one to now, because they've all contributed to this performance, and what a club, what a team.
I don't think we're being unfair to Lesmahagow if we say that you were first to every ball.
Well, we've played our natural game in the first half. We've played the ball on the deck, we've played football, and when we play, we can beat anybody.
Jock, congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
Russell, how's it feel to be holding the Scottish Junior Cup?
Absolutely marvellous, marvellous. This is what we've played all season for, and this is it. This is what we won. Yes.
Did you feel throughout the match you were on top?
I thought we played a better football, but give a credit to Lesmahagow. They played well, fought really hard, made it a good game.
Well done, Russell, congratulations. We have the goal scorer here, Brian Ritchie. Brian, that was a tremendous goal.
Thanks very much. The boys stuck to the task today, and the whole season come to a pinnacle today. And we've done it all for the manager, who's a legend.
He's a legend?
He's a legend. All right.
Was he a legend before, or is he just a legend now?
He's always a legend. All
congratulations,
right.
well done.
Oh,
thank you.
Thanks you. We'll get a couple of shandies, eh?
Well, a couple of shandies at least, I reckon, for Brian Ritchie and his teammates. A young fan there. And the losers mustn't be forgotten on occasion like this, because they did contribute, Lesmahagow, superbly to what it was turned out, for my money, to be an excellent cup final. Tommy, the football quality was immense.
Yeah, I was amazed, Joe. I thought it was absolutely first class. Both teams used the ball from the back, through the midfield, up front. There was no just putting the ball on. It was excellent to watch, very enjoyable. But I thought Hillowbeath had a couple of players that were just that wee bit special on the day, Joe.
So the Lesmahagow players being well received by their supporters. They've gone across to their fans and had a very good reception, and that's always pleasing to see. So the sad losers troop off the field in dejected fashion, but they have a lot to be proud of this season. And Jim Delahunt is speaking to Billy Whitfield.
Billy, it's a shame someone has to lose. You must be disappointed.
Yes, very disappointed, but must be honest, I think on the day the best team won. No complaints.
Were you disappointed with your own side's performance?
Yes, very disappointed. We didn't produce the goods. We've done it in the past. Came the big occasion, we didn't do it.
Lesmahagow can play better.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
a wee touch of what they played.
Maybe next year, Billy. Well done.
Well, that's 2 years, semi-final last year, final. We'll give it a go next year again.
Thanks very much, Billy.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you.
So there the Hillowbeath players now go to greet their fans again. The joyous moment at the end of the Junior Cup final. And let's go back and get the reaction from Gordon McQueen and Jim White.
And now we know Big Jock, the Hillowbeath manager, is a legend. I didn't know that before, Gordon. What do you think? Were they winners?
Ah, most definitely. I think they set the pattern in the first half. The wee boy Wright spraying passes about all over the place, and Lesmahagow never really got into the game at all. They defended quite well, but they had nothing going for them up front. And any time they did get through the Hillowbeath defence, Westwood and the Hillowbeath goal looked very confident and competent.
Hillowbeath could have gone further ahead in the second half. Actually, Gordon, it was Mercer who had an opportunity.
Yeah, a lovely little flick on here. It just leans back a little bit on that one, but it wasn't far off.
Sure, they were pressing for the second. I think that would have killed them off completely had they got that, obviously.
Yeah, well, the game petered out a bit in the second half, which is understandable. But you know, it's a big occasion for these guys, and players get very, very tired there in the second half. You know, some of these lads have played 60 games this season, so it's understandable that they got tired.
To be fair to Lesmahagow, they did come back. I mean, in the 64th minute, I think it was Sinclair who came through, and a good save from Westwood, Hillowbeath's keeper.
Yeah, he kept his goal very well. I think that was possibly going wide anyway, but Westwood wasn't taking any chances, just stood down there to his right and caught the ball.
You were impressed with the Hillowbeath keeper though, weren't you, Gordon?
Yeah, I thought he looked very, very confident throughout, and it must be nice for a back four playing in front of somebody like that. Wee header here for the big boy. You get one or two headers in. He was about the only threat that Lesmahagow had up front, the big boy Sinclair.
Right at the death. I mean, right at the death, Lesmahagow could have levelled it. Now, this was agonising for them, wasn't it?
Yeah, a corner here for Sandy Roberts and a flick on for the big boy Sinclair. And the substitute who should have actually done better squirms it wide. The captain rushing in there, the boy Hamilton, will be, when he sees that again, he'll be desperately disappointed, or the game would have been going into extra time if he connected with that. Yeah, that happened just right in front of us here. We thought it was in, didn't we, of course? One goal, that was all that was in it, but I mean, at the end of the day, they did so well in front of their own supporters who really encouraged them, didn't they? Yeah, I mean, it's been an astonishing success story, this Hillowbeath one. I mean, that's a great ball through, great finish. Very, very impressive with the way Hillowbeath went about their business. They knocked the ball about, tried to play football, never lumped it. And the same can be said for Lesmahagow, but as I say, they haven't a great deal going for them up front. What about that support? I mean, they were tremendous, weren't they? Well, they're here for a great day out, and I think, as Jock says, there's going to be, I think Hillowbeath will be bouncing tonight. It was a lovely winning goal in the Junior Cup final. It was a quality pass and a quality finish. A lovely moment too, Gordon, when the cup was presented and the Lesmahagow supporters who stayed applauded the Hillowbeath lads as they went up for the cup. That is what the Junior Cup's all about, isn't it? Yes, certainly, because I think the game was certainly played very sporting. I mean, there was no crazy incidents in the game or anything, and I think the Lesmahagow fans realised they could beat with a better team on the day and give them a nice wee round of applause, which was a lovely touch. And there'll be a party up in Fife tonight, I would have thought. I think so. Especially for Big Jock the legend. I loved that line. That was line of the day. Well, that is it for today and for the domestic football season, but there is still plenty of football action to come with, you've guessed it, the World Cup finals in Italy. Now, Scottish television will bring you the most comprehensive coverage of Scotland's first phase matches against Costa Rica, Sweden and Brazil, plus England against the Republic of Ireland, and that crucial match between Brazil and Sweden. Now, I'll be joined in the studio by Gordon McQueen and by Charlie Nicholas, who will be giving us their expert analysis of the game. So I hope that you'll be able to join us throughout the World Cup finals. Today, though, need I say it, it belongs to Hillowbeath. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Well, here in the telethon office, when it comes to ideas people are sending in to raise money for us, the ideas are quite ridiculous. What have you got there? There's some